Hey everybody, so today we have one of our beautiful M1 Pro, M1 Max machines in here, and there's just a little bit of a problem. I'm going through the security settings, just trying to install an OS. Shouldn't be too big of a deal, right? But let me just show you guys exactly what the issue is and why we're making this video in the first place. All we want to do for this one is install the OS and get the data, right? So for these ones, you have to hold down the power button over here, and you'll see now it says continue holding for startup options. This is pretty much the option key for the newer Macs, and it's a way of getting to the boot menu here. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and now we're greeted obviously with this, and we're loading, waiting for the hard drive. There's a hard drive there. There's a problem with the OS, so what we want to do is back up the data and reinstall the operating system. So what we want to do is when we go to option, because that's kind of where we want to go, and this should be pretty quick actually. It's a lot faster. It doesn't do the internet recovery really slow on these ones. This one does have Monterey built into the firmware. Alright, so we do have the password for this. It does let us get to this point. Now what we want to do is pretty much get the data, or at least decrypt it first, because if you have that encryption on there, you can't actually boot from an external source until you disable that encryption. So normally what you would do, you go to utilities and you go to startup security utility at the top here. And when we type that in, we do get a message. It says security settings cannot be changed. In order to change security settings, please power off your Mac and then hold the power button to start up Mac OS recovery. And if you just missed it, if you weren't here for it, we just did that. So I'm not sure why it's asking that. And if I go back and I loop it, it's going to do the same thing, because I did try that already, and that's kind of why I'm making this. Quit. And I did try, obviously, I did try with the network. I know the network isn't on here, but I did try that before connected to the network. It still gave that same problem. So we actually can go to disk utility as well, and I'm going to go bring up the drive, because the drive is obviously here, and we want to go to view, show all devices. And we do see that there is a data partition on this drive. If we do that, oh man, that glare, I'm sorry. I see the light glare. But let me turn off that light. We actually go over here. We see that this data partition is actually grayed out. So we can actually double click it, because it's encrypted, and it says that it's encrypted here. So we can actually go to mount here, and it's going to ask for the password again. And we are going to put it in the password again. And it does change to actually unmount here. So that means we do have it mounted, and I can actually see it, but we still can't access it no matter what we do. And now the thing is, what's the next thing? Well, let's see if we can just boot from an external. But we can't boot from an external, because if we quit this and we go into utilities, we would have to have this. The security settings has to be changed, because this is the startup security setting. And what it's going to do is, since the disk is encrypted, it's not going to allow any other type of external boots or anything like that. But we can go ahead and try it, right? Doesn't hurt, because we already basically unlocked the drive, so why not try it? Yes, plug this in here, and Catalina is going to come up, at least, or what we named it should come up. There it goes. So, and this will come up, and at least you would hope it would boot. It probably can anyway, but you keep doing this, it keeps cycling, and doesn't let it boot. That could be because of the Yosemite firmware. Maybe it doesn't like the older ones. Maybe it's not backwards compatible. I'm not too sure, but I don't think that would be the case. I think it's because it's encrypted and it's locked. So there's not a whole lot you can really do here. So what can we do? Well, for the data, I'm actually not really quite sure. I'm pretty confident that we can at least go into the settings though, and most likely just do a wipe of the drive, but that kind of defeats the whole purpose of doing the wipe if we're trying to go ahead and get the data off. Right, so what do we do now? So it seems to be encrypted. There's not really a way to get data. Most likely we can just do an operating system install, because we can go to disk utility, and we can actually wipe the drive here. It's going to let us do that. So I'm not too sure really what we can do. I'm going to try to look up to see if there's any other fixes. If you do know a fix, please let us know. Okay, well, so for now, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot we can do outside of at least reinstalling an operating system. But for the data, there's not really a whole lot we can do. We're going to have to put this on the side for now. Keep seeing if we can find something to actually get the data back on for this, or some way to really do it. Maybe there's something else. I'm not too sure. Maybe the Apple server's down. I don't really know. I don't know why that would matter. But it seems to be like in encryption inception so that you can't get out. So you put in the password and you're still locked out even though you put the password in. So anyways, guys, please, if you found any information on this, leave it on the comments down below. We'd love to know if you guys found any information from this. If we do find one, we'll make a follow-up video on how to fix it. This is on the latest MacBook Pro 14-inch M1 Pro model. It's the A2442 model. That's 14-inch, and just unfortunately we're not really able to really find a way to actually get the data off of this drive itself. So please share all the information that you have about this down below. Please help other people, and if you like this video, at least to bring attention, please leave a like. Really helps us a lot. Please subscribe for more content, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.